Life is unpredictable and often challenging. You might face a sudden job loss, an unexpected breakup, or a financial setback. While these events can seem beyond your control, the Stoic philosophy teaches us that our power lies not in what happens to us, but in how we respond. Stoicism isn't just about enduring hardship, it's about transforming setbacks into opportunities for personal growth and resilience. Today, I'm going to share 5 Stoic strategies that can quickly make a significant difference in your life. These are practical, actionable steps that will not only help you handle whatever life throws your way, but also empower you to lead a more fulfilled and proactive life. So if you're ready to shift from feeling powerless over your circumstances to being the architect of your own happiness, stay tuned. Let's explore these life-enhancing Stoic practices together and start building a stronger, more resilient you. If you appreciate what we're doing here and want to support the channel, a simple free favor you can do is hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure you don't skip any part of the video so you won't miss any of these transformative strategies we're about to dive into. Our reactions to the events of our lives play a critical role in shaping our experiences. It's fascinating how two people can encounter the same setback and react in utterly different ways. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, teaches us that our perception of events is far more significant than the events themselves. This idea isn't just philosophical, it's profoundly practical and can transform the way we approach life's challenges. Consider a situation where two entrepreneurs face significant financial losses in their businesses. One might see this as a devastating blow, a sign that they're not cut out for success, leading them to give up. The other, however, might view it as an invaluable learning experience, an opportunity to analyze what went wrong and how to improve. This second entrepreneur's response aligns closely with Stoic principles, particularly the concept of turning obstacles into opportunities. By choosing to perceive the loss as a chance to grow, they not only recover, but also advance their business and personal resilience. Stoicism teaches us about the power of reframing our thoughts. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of controlling our perceptions. He believed that our lives are colored not by events themselves, but by our thoughts about them. Aurelius would remind himself that an obstacle is merely an opportunity to test his virtues, such as patience, resilience, and integrity. This mindset can be incredibly liberating because it means that in any given situation, the key to your well-being lies not in changing the situation, but in adjusting your thoughts about it. For a more day-to-day example, consider someone stuck in a traffic jam. One person might see this delay as a ruinous start to their day, a trigger for frustration and anger. Another might choose to see it as unexpected personal time, time to listen to a podcast, reflect on their day, or simply breathe and be present. The situation hasn't changed, but their experience of it has dramatically. This is the essence of Stoic perception, the belief that you can control your reactions to external events, and by doing so, you can maintain your tranquility. Another key aspect of Stoic thought is the focus on what is within our control and letting go of what is not. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, famously said, "Some things are in our control and others not." This simple but profound statement encourages us to focus our energy on our own actions and attitudes, which we can control, rather than external events, which we often cannot. For instance, we can't control the weather, the traffic, or the actions of others, but we can control how we prepare for bad weather, how we react to traffic, or how we respond to others' actions. In practice, applying Stoic perception means adopting a mindset that looks for the positive in every situation. It involves asking ourselves, what can this experience teach me? Or, how can I use this situation to practice a virtue like patience or courage? This doesn't mean denying or minimizing problems. Rather, it's about shifting our focus to where we have power, our own responses. The beauty of this approach is that it's both empowering and calming. It empowers because it puts us in the driver's seat of our own life, giving us agency even in situations where we might feel powerless. It calms because it removes the burden of trying to control the uncontrollable, which is a major source of stress and anxiety for many people. Adopting a Stoic perspective isn't about becoming indifferent or emotionally detached. On the contrary, it's about engaging with life more fully, but with the wisdom to distinguish between what can and cannot be changed. This wisdom frees us to invest our energy wisely, leading to more effective actions in a more satisfying life. By nurturing this stoic approach to perception, we can profoundly alter our life experience. It enables us to face any situation with a sense of peace and purpose, knowing that our happiness and peace are ultimately determined not by our circumstances, but by our thoughts about them. This shift in perception isn't just about coping with life's challenges. It's about thriving amidst them, armed with the knowledge that our greatest tool is our ability to choose our response. Keeping the ball rolling in life, especially when things get tough, can be a monumental task. It's like that feeling when you're jogging. Initially, every step feels like a chore, but soon you find your rhythm, and before you know it, you're enjoying the run. This principle of building and maintaining momentum is not just crucial for physical activities, but for nearly every aspect of our lives, from personal projects to professional goals. Stoicism, with its practical approach to life's challenges, offers a valuable perspective on momentum. The Stoics emphasize the importance of consistency and small daily actions that align with one's core values and goals. They believe that greatness comes from a series of small acts compounded over time. Take, for example, the practice of journaling. Marcus Aurelius kept a personal journal, which later became known as meditations. Through regular entries, he maintained a mental and emotional momentum that helped him reflect on and adhere to his Stoic principles, even while ruling one of the most powerful empires in history. In our daily lives, maintaining momentum might mean committing to daily or weekly tasks that lead us towards larger goals. Suppose you're aiming to write a book. The task can seem daunting if you focus solely on the end goal of completing a lengthy manuscript. Instead, if you commit to writing just 200 words each day, you create a manageable task. Over days and weeks, these bits of text add up, not just in quantity, but in the development of your writing habit. The key is consistency. Just as a stream carves a path through rock, not by its power, but by its persistence, so too can regular small efforts lead to significant achievements. But what about those days when motivation wanes and the last thing you want to do is what you've committed to? Stoicism teaches us to work with what we have, where we are. On days filled with fatigue or distraction, the principle of modifying, not quitting, can be particularly helpful. If your goal for the day seems too strenuous, scale it down. If you can't manage your usual 30 minutes of exercise, commit to 10 minutes. If even 200 words seem like too much, write 50. The act of doing something, no matter how small, helps preserve the habit and keeps the momentum alive. Another Stoic practice that complements the maintenance of momentum is the premeditation of evils, thinking ahead about potential obstacles and preparing mentally to face them. This mental rehearsal isn't about pessimism. Rather, it's a strategy to fortify oneself against the discouragements that can break our stride. For instance, if you're working on a long-term project like renovating a house, anticipating challenges such as budget issues or delays can help you maintain momentum by preparing solutions in advance or adjusting expectations, thus avoiding the paralysis that sudden problems often cause. Moreover, the Stoics weren't just about solitary perseverance. They understood the power of community and support systems in maintaining momentum. Engaging with a community of like-minded individuals can provide the encouragement needed to keep moving forward, whether it's a weekly check-in with a mentor or participating in a group focused on similar goals. The reinforcement from others can be incredibly motivating. It's like having a workout partner. On days you might skip the gym, knowing someone is counting on you can push you to show up. Lastly, Stoicism teaches the importance of reflection in maintaining momentum. Regularly reviewing progress, not just in terms of what has been achieved, but how well the actions align with your deeper values, is crucial. This reflection isn't just about patting yourself on the back or berating yourself for shortcomings. It's about realigning and adjusting as necessary, ensuring that the momentum you're building is not just carrying you forward, but also in the right direction. By integrating these Stoic principles into our lives, we can better maintain momentum, turning our aspirations into realities through consistent, measured actions. It's about recognizing that each step, no matter how small, is a progression towards a greater goal, and each effort, no matter how minimal, is better than inaction. Just as the Stoics believed, it's not the actions we undertake at random, but the consistent and persistent efforts aligned with our values that truly shape our lives. When we talk about achieving our dreams, it often feels like we're staring up at a towering mountain. The peak seems so far away, almost unreachable. That's where setting the right kind of goals becomes crucial. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, provides a robust framework for setting goals that not only lead to success but also align with our inner virtues, ensuring our journey is as rewarding as the destination. Stoic philosophy emphasizes focusing on what is within our control. Epictetus distinguished between things that are up to us, our own actions and reactions, and things not up to us, such as fame, health, and wealth. This distinction is incredibly useful when setting goals. For example, rather than setting a goal to win a prestigious award, a Stoic-influenced goal would focus on consistently producing the best work possible. The former depends on external factors like judges' opinions, while the latter is entirely under your control and cultivates excellence irrespective of external recognition. This shift to process-oriented goals is transformative. Imagine you're a young athlete aspiring to win a gold medal. While the medal is an admirable aim, a Stoic approach would suggest focusing on daily training, refining techniques, and maintaining physical and mental health, factors directly under your control. This perspective not only sets you on a path to potentially achieving your external goal, but also ensures you develop resilience, discipline, and mastery along the way, qualities that will serve you well beyond the competition. Another Stoic principle that can deeply inform our goal setting is the idea of aligning goals with our core values. Stoicism teaches us to live in harmony with nature, our own nature, and the nature of the world. This means setting goals that resonate deeply with who we are and what truly matters to us, rather than pursuing ambitions imposed by society. For instance, if a deep sense of community drives you, set goals around building or enhancing community connections, rather than chasing after high-status positions that may bring prestige but not personal fulfillment. Additionally, Stoicism encourages embracing obstacles as part of the process. The Stoic concept of the obstacle being the way, popularized by Marcus Aurelius, suggests that every challenge we encounter on our path is not just a barrier, but an opportunity for growth. When setting goals, this mindset prompts us to anticipate challenges and integrate them into our action plans, making our goals more robust and ourselves more resilient. If your goal is to start a new business, for example, rather than merely hoping for smooth sailing, you might set a goal to learn from each setback, using obstacles as stepping stones to refine your business model and strategy. Practical application of Stoic goal setting can also be seen in how we define success. Stoics would argue that true success comes from acting virtuously, exercising wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation in all endeavors. This redefinition changes the nature of our goals and our approach to achieving them. It means that success is no longer about the outcome, but about how we get there. So if you're aiming to become a community leader, success isn't just about obtaining a title, but about whether you've acted with integrity, inspired others, and made decisions that benefit the whole community. Finally, the Stoic practice of reflective meditation, or the evening review, can be a powerful tool in goal setting. Each night, reflecting on the day's actions and their alignment with your goals and values helps you stay on track and make necessary adjustments. This practice not only keeps your goals aligned with your actions, but also deepens your understanding of your own character and progress over time. In conversation with friends, I often liken Stoic goal setting to gardening. You plant seeds, the goals you wish to achieve, water them with daily actions, and protect them from weeds, the distractions or missteps that might hinder their growth. Over time, with care and consistency, you cultivate a garden, a life full of blooms that reflect your deepest values and aspirations. This methodical, virtue-based approach to setting and pursuing goals ensures that no matter what fruits your efforts bear, the process itself enriches and fulfills you, fostering a profound sense of contentment and accomplishment. Through the Stoic lens, goal setting becomes an art form, a careful balance between ambition and acceptance, action and reflection. It transforms the way we chase our dreams, grounding them in the realities of our control and the virtues we wish to embody. Often we find ourselves standing at the crossroads of decision-making, bogged down by doubts and the fear of making the wrong choice. It's like staring at a steep cliff before a jump. We hesitate, second-guess, and sometimes turn back, afraid of the unknown. But what if I told you that the act of trusting yourself to simply make the leap could be one of the most liberating decisions you ever make? This is where Stoic philosophy can offer a profound guide, helping us to embrace action over inaction. Stoicism teaches the importance of self-trust, encouraging us to rely on our internal compass rather than external validation. Consider the example of a Stoic practitioner deciding whether to change careers. Rather than excessively weighing pros and cons to the point of paralysis, a Stoic might reflect on whether the new career aligns with personal virtues and life philosophy. If the answer resonates with their core principles of integrity and personal growth, they would take the leap, trusting in their ability to handle whatever the outcome may be. This trust in oneself is rooted deeply in the Stoic practice of developing clear judgment and living according to nature, your true self. It's about knowing and aligning with your virtues, which serve as your guide through life's many uncertainties. Seneca often discussed the idea of being firm in one's decisions once they are made, suggesting that a wavering mind is a disturbed mind. By cultivating a mindset that decisions made in line with one's virtues should be trusted, we strengthen our resolve and reduce the turmoil of indecision. For instance, imagine an entrepreneur who must decide whether to invest in an innovative but risky new venture. A Stoic approach wouldn't merely focus on potential profits or losses, but would consider whether the venture aligns with their values of innovation, courage, and potential service to the community. By trusting their judgment formed by these values, the entrepreneur moves forward confidently, irrespective of the venture's success or failure, knowing the decision was true to their character. Moreover, Stoicism doesn't just teach us to trust ourselves, but also to prepare ourselves for the consequences of our actions. This preparation involves mental rehearsals of possible outcomes, a technique known as premeditatio malorum, premeditation of evils. This technique strengthens one's resolve to act and keeps one steadfast amidst potential adversity. For example, a writer might fear the publication of a controversial opinion piece. By mentally preparing for both positive and negative feedback, the writer can maintain composure and integrity regardless of the public's reaction, trusting that the act of expressing a genuine perspective is more important than the reaction it incurs. Additionally, the Stoic concept of embracing whatever fate offers after our actions aligns perfectly with trusting oneself to act. This concept, known as amor fati, love of fate, encourages acceptance and even affection for whatever life brings our way after we've made our move. It's like playing a card game. Once you've played your hand in the best way you know how, you must accept the outcome with grace, learning from the experience and moving forward without regret. Engaging in daily Stoic exercises like journaling can also enhance self-trust. By reflecting on decisions made throughout the day and evaluating them against Stoic virtues, you develop a clearer sense of when you were true to yourself and when you were not. This practice builds a historical record of your decision-making processes and outcomes, providing a concrete basis for trusting in your future decisions. In conversation, I often liken the practice of trusting yourself to act to sailing a ship. You can study the maps, prepare the vessel, and wait for perfect weather, but ultimately you must raise the anchor and sail out to sea, trusting in your skills and preparedness to handle storms, navigate by the stars, and reach your destination. Trusting yourself to act is not about reckless impulsivity, but about informed confidence. It's about making the best decisions you can with the information and virtues you possess, then stepping forward with courage and acceptance of whatever outcomes those decisions yield. This Stoic approach turns everyday decision-making into a practice of personal integrity and resilience, where the true success lies not in the outcomes, but in the quality of actions taken. Embarking on a journey of self-discovery and personal growth is often likened to navigating a vast, uncharted territory. It's a deeply personal voyage where one learns to rely on internal compasses rather than external cues. This process of developing self-reliance is at the heart of Stoic philosophy, which teaches us to cultivate our inner resources, enabling us to live independently of external circumstances. At the core of Stoicism is the belief that true happiness comes from within, from understanding and mastering our responses to the world around us. Consider a person faced with a career choice that could either lead to a high-paying job in a field they aren't passionate about or a lower-paying position in a field they love. A Stoic would advise focusing on which option aligns better with one's values and virtues, such as passion, purpose, and personal fulfillment, rather than external factors like money or prestige. This is because Stoics believe that true satisfaction comes from living in accordance with one's nature and values, not merely from external achievements or possessions. The idea of self-reliance also extends to handling life's challenges. Stoicism teaches that we have the power to endure hardship and turn obstacles into opportunities. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This perspective empowers individuals to take personal responsibility for their reactions and emotions. For instance, if someone loses their job, a non-Stoic might see this as a disaster, while a Stoic would view it as an opportunity to reassess life's direction, perhaps pursuing a long-held dream or changing career paths to something more fulfilling. Moreover, self-reliance in Stoicism involves the practice of self-control and discipline, which are essential for personal growth. This might manifest in simple daily routines like meditation, exercise, or setting aside time for philosophical reading and reflection. These practices help fortify the mind and body, preparing the individual to deal with life's uncertainties with calmness and resilience. Imagine a scenario where an individual faces a stressful situation in their personal life, such as a family conflict. A Stoic, having cultivated mental fortitude and emotional stability through daily practice, would be able to approach the situation with a clear mind and a balanced perspective, seeking resolution rather than conflict. Self-reliance is also about embracing one's personal journey, recognizing that each person's path is unique. Stoics understand that comparing oneself to others is not only unhelpful but also misleading because each person has different circumstances, challenges, and strengths. A young artist, for instance, might feel discouraged by the early success of peers, but through Stoic principles can learn to focus on their own growth and creative process, recognizing that personal development is more valuable than external validation. Finally, the Stoic principle of following nature encourages individuals to understand and embrace their true selves. This involves deep introspection and honesty about one's strengths and weaknesses. By doing so, one can set personal goals that are not only ambitious, but also aligned with their capabilities and genuine interests. This authenticity in goal setting and personal conduct leads to a more satisfying and coherent life. For example, someone who realizes they thrive in social settings might pursue careers in community management or counseling, aligning their professional path with their innate dispositions and skills. In conversations with friends or mentees, I often describe self-reliance as building and living in a house that you've designed yourself. It stands strong not just because of the quality of materials, but because every brick was placed with intention and understanding of its purpose. This house, like your life, becomes a true reflection of who you are, not constructed by societal expectations or external pressures, but built through your own choices, reflecting your innermost values and aspirations. The journey of personal growth and self-reliance in Stoicism is not about isolation or self-centeredness, but about cultivating a strong, virtuous character that can independently navigate the complexities of life while contributing positively to society. It's about knowing that the most reliable resource available to you is your own capacity to manage your thoughts, choices, and reactions, whatever the external circumstances may be. This deep-seated self-reliance is what ultimately leads to freedom and fulfillment, making life not just bearable, but profoundly meaningful. Thank you for joining me on this journey at Stoic Journal. If this conversation sparked your interest, consider watching our suggested video where we dive deeper into how Stoic principles can transform everyday challenges into opportunities for growth. Thank you for being part of our community. Together, let's continue to cultivate a life of purpose and resilience.